Welcome to another episode of Sipping Whiskey with Jeff. I'm Jeff, and welcome back. So, historic day today, Inauguration Day. Regardless of where you stand politically, this was a historic day. The first female vice president was elected to office, and some of the different speeches that were given today. From what I was able to catch, just fantastic. I wish I knew specifically the little girl's name, but she's our only poet laureate. Just a fantastic speech or poem she gave today. It really inspires hope, in the future generations. Now it's a matter of us to continue to act, right, as a people. And I talked about that in the last video, is just unplugging and being more human, right? And I took my own medicine. I listened to what I had to say. I went out and I picked this bad boy up here, Ready Player 2. I don't know if you've ever read or saw the movie, read the book, but it was Ready Player 1. Was awesome. It was just a really entertaining, nostalgic story about a boy that there's this overwhelming environment called the Oasis. It's a VR environment that that everybody basically used to escape the horrible world that they lived in, and there was a lot of 80s nostalgia built in from the original creator. And there was a big game to try and find all these Easter eggs in order to basically inherit the Oasis, because the old man kicked it. He died, and he left this big, huge game out there for everyone to find. And this boy and his friends end up winning the game, right? And so they win this $1 trillion prize where they inherit the Oasis, and they have to then have that burden of taking it and doing something good with it, instead of what was happening was this horrible company was trying to profitize it, and they were ruining people and everything else. Well, Ready Player 2 picks up a couple weeks after that. And in the very first pages, I think I'm only like 25 pages in right now, so I'm not giving anything away. There is another Easter egg that the main character finds, and he has to go to the vault. He opens his vault, and he finds a real life like Easter egg in there, and he opens it up, and he finds a new VR helmet that basically comes on here and latches on, and it's a brain. It connects like directly into your brain, like through your. It doesn't go through your skin, but it shoots electrodes through your skin, and it allows you to fully feel, smell, taste. It's a fully immersive experience. You are truly experiencing what you would feel or taste or smell or anything in the VR world. Only there's governors on there, so you can't feel, extreme pain. You feel some pain, like you'd feel pressure or whatever, but it protects the user in that way, right? It was smart. But it allows you to record your sessions in the VR for other people to experience. Also, if you were wearing it, you could record your real life experiences and have other people experience it, and you would feel it as if they felt it. Like, if I were to wear it right now and I go and open tonight's whiskey, which is Eagle Rare, Kentucky Straight Bourbon, okay? As that hits my lips, my tongue, you would feel what I'm feeling. It may taste or feel differently to you as a human being, because we have different ways that we feel or taste or see. What's interesting about that is I was explaining to Fiona, my daughter, about color blindness, which I think is just crazy that other people see the world so muted, or different colors. If you notice behind me, these beautiful colors that keep fading in and out. I couldn't imagine seeing just a dull green, but that's what you see. That's what that's your life. That's what you experience. So you don't really know any different until somebody tells you. But what would it feel like to experience that? And so if you wore that haptic, or not haptic, but brain, what do they call it? See what they call it in this thing. It was a, I don't know. The world's first fully functional, non-invasive brain-computer interface. Ooh, pop. I've never had this one. I got Eagle Rare to celebrate today's inauguration. Just look at this eagle. Huh? Huh? Right? This is what it says. This is what it says back here. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, the cornerstones of the birth of a nation, epitomized by the American bald eagle. Huh? That nation has come to represent the freedom, spirit, and independence of the individual, giving the world products and innovations that are uniquely its own. One such innovation was Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Now, I don't know if you know the history between this, but I think they're going to get into it. There's a very stringent set of rules to make Kentucky Straight Bourbon Kentucky Straight Bourbon. Says here, early Kentucky settlers created bourbon, the true American spirit, in the late 1700s. By practice and protected by law, no other distilled spirit adheres to standards as strict as those established for Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Few other whiskeys can offer even a glimpse of the great whiskey making found in Eagle Rare. Eagle Rare 10-year-old Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey has a sweet, oaky nose. Here we go with the nose again. And a full, complex body, reminiscent of a fine port wine. Is it whiskey or is it wine? This rare whiskey is best served neat or over ice. I like it neat. I started over ice, but I've moved on to neat, which is just straight up. Pour in a glass and drink. Of course, feel free to drink Eagle Rare in such classic cocktails as the Manhattan or Whiskey Sour, aged 10 years. 45% alcohol, or as better known as 90 proof. So let's see what this bad boy tastes like, huh? I'm drinking it tonight out of my my Darth Vader glass. As you see, where is it at? Here you go. Huh? Laser etched Darth Vader from my Star Wars bourbon drinking set that the wife got me. So let's see if we can do this here. No, I'm going to have to click in. This thing doesn't auto zoom anymore. It doesn't do the way it used to. It would just auto click in. I got to figure that out. But look at that. It went back to my face. We didn't get the clean shot. It's okay. That is a very good tasting whiskey. Oaky, even. So I had another bottle I wanted to review the other day. But the wife wanted to drink. And so we drank. This is over the last couple days here. But I will get another bottle or two from this Eastern Kill Distillery. So this is the Breakfast Rye. It's out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Okay, it's rye whiskey finished in Bliss maple syrup casks. There's no fancy story on here, but this was also from, if you have a VG's near you, a Spartan store, they bought their own casks of this. So you have exclusive single barrel selection by Spartan Nash. It was barreled on 12/19/2017 and bottled on 7/9 of 2020. So it was a special bottle. 43.5% alcohol by volume. It was very good. I didn't really, I mean, it had a slight maple taste to it, but it wasn't like, I'm not a real big fan of flavored whiskey. Like the pecan whiskeys, they're good for almost like a dessert, right? But they're too sweet. If I want to enjoy a whiskey like I am tonight, I'm going to enjoy a whiskey. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to... I enjoy the taste of that whiskey. Very much so. But if I'm going to do that, I can't do it with a flavored whiskey. Fireball, something like that. It's just not... It's too much. It's too sweet, right? If I'm going to do it, I'm going to have a nice whiskey that has a bite, but has a nice smoky flavor to it. Otherwise, what's the point, right? So I don't really have a ton to go over here today. I want to talk about online gaming. Online gaming. Not in the aspect of like a single game, although I'm going to bring up a couple. It's more about the community of it. So I'm 40 years old now. I don't really go out with my friends. We're in the middle of a pandemic, and even then, I have a family, so I don't really get a chance to do that as much as I'd like to. Occasionally, we would go out to movies or whatever. Well, I've found online gaming to be a good bridge of that. So every Friday night, I have a group of friends that we get together, and it's an escape for us to sit down, drink, just get lit, have your headphones on, and go be another character for a night, right? So there's a game I play called Sea of Thieves, where you could be a pirate, and it's a hoot. There's no real character progression. There's quests that you can do. You can, go and gain gold and everything else. But it's really just fun to get on a boat and 4 of my friends and we go sail. And or it'd be 3 of my friends unless we're doing like a joint server. So you can have 4 people on a boat max. Okay. And we would go and yeah, sure, we might run a few quests or whatever, but it just be a pirate for the evening. Go and sink other people's boats, go steal their loot. In my case, every single damn time I fall off the boat at some point in the evening trying to dance around. I got a big fat pirate as my pirate. Originally, it was a black guy with purple eyeliner and purple lipstick and big ol' afro. It was a really cool looking character, and I switched it up. I wanted to be a big fat guy, and I think I might switch it up from here and just try some other new funny looking character just to build into that fun aspect of it. And then the other game I like to play is Red Dead Redemption 2, the online portion of it. We go and be cowboys for the night. And, it's a lot of fun. Sometimes we'll sit there for just a couple hours and we're sitting there in the saloon playing, what is it called? Poker. It's the one that got all real popular. Anyway, we'll sit there and play poker all night. Okay. And you could bet, you get like $5 worth of your online money. It's not real money. And you could play all night long doing that. And that's a lot of fun. Or we'll just go out and be hoodlums. And we'll go take over a saloon or a hotel or something like that in a random town in this world. And we'll instigate. So you go out there and shoot a lawman or a random citizen going by, right? And all of a sudden, all of these cops start coming in from their AI cops, and they'll start coming in from everywhere. And we set up shop and we're taking them out, trying to raise up our bounty. So as you kill lawmen or pedestrians, or you're doing all these things, you're gaining a bounty. As you get to a certain level, like $15 or whatever it is, they start sending in bounty hunters, AI bounty hunters, trying to kill you. And if they kill you, they take your bounty and you just start all over. But it also triggers other players to come in. And once the other players come in, that's where the fun really starts, because they're just as skilled or more skilled than I am. And I have to try and survive it. And more times than not, I'm getting my ass handed to me. I'm getting killed over and over and over again. Or, I hold my own with I got a shotgun. My guy has dual revolvers, so I pull those out and I'm shooting it up. And so we've got a crew right now of a couple guys that play. And as a Christmas gift, I bought a couple copies for a couple of my friends. They were $5 a piece, so I spent $20 and got them a couple copies. But now we can experience that together as our online group. And it brings a sense of brotherhood. It brings a sense of friendship that is missing from our day-to-day interactions. It allows us to disconnect from the craziness of this world and just be kids again for a couple hours. And that's so awesome. It really is. It's a great escape that I highly suggest everybody try out. Even if it's playing Mario Kart, find a way. Like, if you're not playing games today, think back to when Nintendo first came out, back in 1985. Sitting there all day trying to jump over that stupid flagpole on Mario Brothers. Or how many hours did you spend Tetris, right? Till that song was just burned in your head. Or playing RBI baseball with your friends. I remember I'd ride blocks to go over my buddy's house just to watch him play RBI baseball. Tecmo Super Bowl or whatever it was called. Then the Maddens come out and you're playing the Maddens. Or, going to Universal Mall, riding our bikes to Universal Mall in Madison Heights, and never going to the movies. And that you'd hit up the food court, and then you go to the theater. But you didn't go in the theater. You sat outside, and everyone gathered around Mortal Kombat, and just you waited for your turn. You put your quarter up there, and you're waiting for your turn to get your ass kicked on Mortal Kombat is what you were doing. But that's not gone. And it doesn't have to be all life-consuming. You could still experience that in today's games. I got the kids a Switch for the holidays, right? Santa brought it. And they play Mario Kart all the time, or this Animal Crossing. I haven't gotten into the Animal Crossing yet, but they really dig it. But it's cool to sit down with them, and it's just like, back in the 90s when Mario Kart was out, late 90s, I guess, and playing with my buddies. So now it's playing with my kids, and some I win, some they win, and whatever. But that's the feeling of our Friday night gaming, and I cherish it. And we don't ever really miss. If, I'm up north, whatever, they're still usually playing on a Friday night, and it's been that way for a few years now. And so, anyway, I'm already rambling on. It's been 20 minutes in. I wanted to just share this lovely Eagle Rare with you. It's very good. It does have a nice oaky taste to it. It's got very clean smell. It's not very alcohol-y, very like rubbing alcohol-y. And yeah, very smooth. Very smooth. But it does, I guess, if that's what an oaky flavor is, that's definitely a strong oaky Well, I said it had an oaky nose. I don't know if I smell oak, but it has an oaky flavor, like a charred wood flavor. I highly suggest it. This is the first time I've had it. It's good stuff. It was a $33 bottle. Not that expensive. It's a nice middle-of-the-road deal. But it's a good sipping whiskey. And I also highly suggest this breakfast rye. Very good sipping whiskey. Had a good flavor to it. You can smell the maple. You really can. There's a little bit in there. This is not as good as that. It's good, but it's not as good. This Eagle Rare is good stuff. I might pick this up and have a bottle just sitting on the old bar. Next time we have a sipping whiskey, I'm going to try and do something fancy. I am going to, where is it at? I got my, here you go. So I'm going to use my GoPro, and I'm going to try and do some fancy video of my theater room. I'm going to clean it up real nice. I'm going to do a little tour of the theater room and try and cut that in here to give you a good show of here. And then if that works out, then I'm going to start doing some other technology previews throughout the house and see how that goes. Anyway, until next time, adios.